Alright, we have a Stihl MS-290. It was brought to me by a fella. Bought me an 026 and a 290. He bought it from somebody and it won't start. And saw's body, it's dirty. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. I don't see anything broken on it. And pretty solid. Bars scuffed up. Some bars going to need to be readdressed. But we're going to find out why it won't start. Smells like it's fresh fuel in it. So we're going to do a little test here. I have this device right here. This is my my scope made by Autel. This is a video scope. You got your probe that goes up inside the cylinder. This tells the whole story. And not everybody's got one of these. If you don't have a scope, you're leery about a saw, the easiest thing to do is pull a muffler on it, man. And don't take a chance. Pull a muffler on it. Some things they can do, people will try to sell these saws, is take the spark plug out and put 3 or 4 drops of oil in it, and then pull it over a couple times, and then put the plug back in it. When you pull it, it's got pretty good compression. But that's a sneaky way of trying to sell a saw, and you certainly don't want to buy it. So we're going to take it apart, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So bear with me just a minute while we remove the air filter cover. Filter looks good compared to some I've seen. We're going to pull the spark plug out. Hope you all can see this. I'm trying to do it from the side so you can see it here. Not the right spark plug. If you look at that spark plug there, this is a lawnmower spark plug right here. Let me get side picture, and this is what's used in a chainsaw. If you can see the extended tip, the porcelain sticking out further, that's what you use in a chainsaw. This is a lawnmower plug. It doesn't have any effect on the running or anything like that. It's not going to run as good, but what we're going to do now, we're going to go inside this cylinder and let's see what we can see. I hope you guys can see it. Alright, let me change hands here. And alright now. Alright. I don't know if the camera's picking up on that right there. I'm going to bring it up a little closer. Look at all them scores. This is a $300 repair right here. This is what you don't want to see. And this guy bought basically a piece of junk. I mean, it can be fixed. It can be, $300 minimum. Going to have to have a whole new crankcase, piston, and cylinder assembly. Scored that much, you probably got metal down inside the crankcase around the crankshaft, bearings, and all that. So it's going to need a new top and bottom end to get it right. And like I say, this is what you got to be careful for when you buy equipment, especially chainsaws, because there's many people out there will try to get you like this guy's been had, and I know he's not going to fix it. These are good saws. The 029 MS-290 or 029, same saw, except the MS is newer. It's a I call it a big block saw, big block homeowner saw, because basically it's a homeowner saw. You can do light commercial, wood cutting with it, but it's basically a heavy duty homeowner saw. And they are good saws, there's no question about it. They're great saws, but you don't run the right fuel oil mixture. Even the old stale gas will cause this situation here. Improper fuel oil mix. Ethanol doesn't have a lot to do with it, but it has a lot to do with you letting the fuel sit in the tank in the saw itself for more than 30 days. If you know you're not going to use your saw, then you need to pour it out, and start scratch new fuel. Because if you don't, this is what's going to happen right here. And these, like I say, these are good saws. You know, and no saw is going to stand up to improper fuel oil mix or old gas has been sitting around for 6, 8, 9 months. Because with the ethanol in it, the oil is going to kind of like to separate, and it's not going to give you the lubrication that you need. And I've been around. I actually worked for Stihl back in 1980s, and back then we only made the 028, made the 015, and the 031 chainsaw. And basically the 031 was the big block of the 028. It was a bigger saw. I think it only had like 2.7 cubic inch, so it wasn't a real powerful saw, but it was a good dependable saw. And you go out and buy these $99 chainsaws, you ain't asking for nothing but trouble. They can't tolerate, instant can't tolerate the wrong fuel oil mix. Stihl, you can get away with it for a little bit, but not these $99, $129, $139 saws. It ain't gonna happen. And plus the fact that everything on them is plastic. They're just not a good quality saw. But it's to each his own. That's what you want, and more power to you. But I found that Stihl is the only way to go. And you've got some Husqvarna, the Husqvarna that's not sold at Home Depot or any of the other stores. The 445s, that's not a bad saw, but it's not the best saw. If I were going to buy an 045, I'd buy a Stihl MS250 or 260. Get a better saw, a lot better quality. And the thing about Stihl, you can go anywhere in the United States, anywhere, and find parts, find a dealer. So that's it on this one here. I've got another one to check, and I'm going to post that too. I go by the name of Mower Doctor. Like I said, I've been doing this 57 years right now, and I'm kind of slowed down. I've had a heart attack, so I can't be real productive right now, and I gotta take it easy. I'm not supposed to be jerking, yanking, or pulling on anything, but for testing purposes, I can do it. I usually get my son to help me do the rest of it. But this is what we got. Today is December 28th, 2021, coming up on the new year. So all you chainsaw guys out there, people that's looking to chainsaws and want to buy a used one, be careful. Ask a lot of questions, and don't fall for that old oil down in the cylinder trick, because you can check all that stuff. Just you can pull the plug, and if you see oil residue on the tip of the plug, something's up. But if the guy says it's got no compression or low compression, and let me see if I can do it here. Probably can. See that? See how I can pull that up? Now I'm going to bring my camera up a little bit so you can see. Let's see here. Alright. I'm just going to hook 2 fingers around it. See how easy that pulls up? That tells you right there. No buy, don't buy it. So I got to break the news to this guy. And we're going to see what he has to say. Alright guys, thanks for looking. catch you on the next one.